People call this monkey trade slavery. Lock in.
Every time you buy coconut milk, you might be buying slavery.
Never buying coconut milk. Saying that. But do you guys buy coconut milk? I may have bought coconut milk like one time ever. That tastes terrible. What, you saying a monkey made the milk?
Every time you buy coconut milk, you might be buying slavery.
Costco will stop selling one brand of coconut milk from a Thailand-based producer.
That's what the headlines say, at least. The world is angry.
Oh my god, do they chain the monkeys to, like, the tree and then make them climb it to go fucking pick the coconuts?
But is this really abuse? Or is this some ancient tradition that the West just doesn't understand? To find out, in this episode, we're traveling
How do you even train a monkey to do that?
across Southeast Asia. From the chaotic monkey markets of Jakarta to the ancient coconut jungles of southern Thailand. And we'll see how they're sold, trained in monkey schools, and put to work in towering...
Trained in monkey schools? They have a whole system where they train them? Do you think you could fail out? Like, how many monkeys do you think fail out of the school because they, like, don't listen? All right, I'm going to have this take off rip before... let's see if my take changes. I think if they're training them through a reward-based system and they're not, like, electrocuting them or some shit to, like, ingrain that they have to do this or they'll get hurt, I don't see this as a problem. Like, if they're just, like... Hey, they end up training the monkey to go pick the coconut, and then they give the monkey, like, a grape or something. I think that's fine. Like a dopamine reward. But if they're, like, zapping the motherfucker, and they're like, we're gonna hurt you if you don't do it. Because, I mean, that's, like, the same thing as, like, retrievers. Like, it would be, like, the same thing as a retriever dog if you did it like that. It'd be like, okay, go get the duck. And then they go pick up the duck, you give them a treat. Then they go they like doing it. I think the argument then still is that monkeys are smarter. And so it's like, are you taking advantage of that?
Jatinegara pet market. It's basically this, like, zoo where you can buy anything roadside. I think my goal today...
Oh my god. Oh. See, that upsets me. Look at the puppies.
I think my goal today is to see, like, how many different species we can possibly see then one day it just is one market.
Exotic geckos next to...
Those were fucking, like, flying... Were those sugar gliders?
Then one day it
What are those? They're not flying squirrels. Are they sugar gliders? What are these? Are these flying squirrels? These little things right here? How do they even catch those?
just is one market.
Exotic geckos next to someone's random house cat. All crammed together. There's sugar gliders everywhere.
Sugar glider, answer my question. Never mind.
Different varieties of squirrels too. Like, just a ridiculous amount of...
Yo, I feel like this is like... Yo, it actually makes me realize... I know this is like a fucked up market. But this shit, like, makes me realize the amount of animals that exist that I don't know anything about. Like, this looks like a skunk. This isn't a skunk. This is a squirrel.
Squirrels. Including some kind of ground squirrel that apparently stinks.
It's a squirrel that have a bad smell. We call it bajing.
I think that's a skunk.
Yeah, bajing.
A bajing. It's a squirrel with a bad smell.
Yeah.
Kind of hot. Hi guys, this is one of those bad smelling squirrels. Apparently, he looks cute as hell. I feel really bad for this little guy. I don't think he's gonna last that long, if I'm honest. He's just kind of like hanging out there, rather wet. How much is this?
Berapa papa bajing? 150.
$9 for that fucking living animal, bro. What? I feel like I would buy that and then just release it into the jungle and hope it survives.
You come into stuff that's not even from Indonesia. Albino hedgehogs. Brazilian turtles.
Brazil?
Oh my god. Imported weirdness just everywhere. The whole thing.
But is this like for rich people? Like, are they eating these animals? Well, I feel like some of them, this is an exotic pet market. They have exotic animal markets for food, but like nobody's eating a sugar glider. Joe, what the fuck? What do you mean, Joe, what the fuck? We've watched videos where they have pet markets and right next door they have animal markets where they're cooking things. That's not, what do you mean, Joe, what the fuck? That's an honest question.
It's kind of fascinating And it doesn't take long before we find our first monkey.
You have one monkey.
You're like, that's a chicken.
How much?
1 million.
1 million for one monkey.
$60 for a monkey. Bro. I feel like a monkey should be like $5,000. Like if you're buying, I feel like if you buy an ape, that should be like $5 grand. An ape or a monkey. Like that's like a smart ass animal. That's pretty hard to get.
Okay.
And it is pretty heartbreaking right away. These guys are tiny, not even a year old. There's 2 of them, and they're just huddled together in the rain while Jakarta's traffic screams past like it's nothing.
Like, what do people buy them for? They buy for a pet? Or
Dude, it just sucks because, like, if you buy it, you're fueling the business. Like, even if you bought that monkey and then, like, somehow rehabilitated it and then put it back in the wild, like, you're incentivizing this transaction. You know what I mean? Like, you buying them isn't saving them. It's saving the ones that you're buying, but it's not stopping the cycle. Like, this is a continuous thing that's just going to keep happening. Some of the animals here, I don't think are bad that they're selling them. Like, there were, like, a few lizards. Like, I don't think that's bad that you're selling lizards for either food or pets. Like, I think that's fine. It's when you have, like, malnourished, like, baby squirrels and fucking, like, actual apes in cages.
monkey won't get big. Really?
They're macaques. I believe all of them are macaques, just a few different varieties of them. Mainly pigtail macaques and longtail macaques.
Dari mana, Pak?
Ini Sulawesi.
Sulawesi.
And it turns out they've been shipped from Sulawesi. And in some ways, it hits even harder. I've just returned from Sulawesi, and it is one of the most beautiful paradises I've ever seen. And somehow, it's worse once it's confirmed. These aren't captive bred. They've been pulled straight out of paradise, just to rot roadside in cages. More macaques, this time in camo uniforms.
But then what are people doing with them? Like, this one's wearing a shirt. Like, is some random Indonesian man coming by and, like, buying this macaque for $60 and then, what, like, keeping it in a cage as a pet?
Turned into props from someone's idea of adorable. And they're also not albino at all. Their coats have been dyed.
Yeah, but, like, you can't keep that as a pet. Like, you're not going to be able to train that thing.
This kind of cheap trick to heighten the novelty and make an easier sale. And before long, we find the epicenter of the market, the monkey section. No longer the occasional cage tucked among birds and reptiles and hedgehogs, but a dedicated corner of commerce. Cage after cage of macaques in different shapes and sizes, lined up like products. They're from Sulawesi
And, like, how many of them are dying before they're even getting sold?
and Sumatra primarily. And then from here, they'll be shipped all over Indonesia.
Oh, isn't that when they start fucking losing their minds? What is that called? That's like an actual thing. Where they just, like, roam in circles. Yeah, zoocosis.
50
monkeys.
He has 50 monkeys. Why do you have that many monkeys, bro? Like, is that many? Is there that big of a market for this?
Maybe less.
Round about 50.
Yeah.
And in just one stall here, they have more than 50 monkeys, cage after cage lined up. And then you see the ones that are already breaking. Some are clearly getting just wired up from being trapped in these cages for too long. Some of them are too small, they're too stressed. And once they get bigger, you can tell they're nowhere near as easy to sell anymore. Meanwhile, there are more cages with tiny babies. Some of these things are insanely young. Again, looking like they're barely a month old, clinging to each other like that's the only comfort they've got.
Oh my god, and they have no idea what's going on.
Oh, it's just 1 month.
1 month old.
Yeah.
1 month old? How did they catch that? Did they catch the mom and then the mom gave birth?
They've got these big cartoon eyes, these oversized heads, little hands gripping onto the cage bars. It's almost too cute, which is the problem. And you can tell exactly why. They've been taken away when they are at peak cuteness, peak sellable. The first stop is these markets, and then they get sold off as pets all across the country.
Do you have a that many people in Indonesia own monkeys?
The monkey trade at Jatinegara.
Like, I wouldn't even know the first thing of taking care of a monkey. Like, what do you feed a monkey? Like, fruits and nuts and shit, but it's like, you have to, like, keep it entertained, and it needs exercise. Like, dude, that's the problem with it. It's on another level. But it's the same shit with, like, any animal owner in the United States, too. Motherfuckers will buy pets, not bananas. Motherfuckers will buy bananas. You're just saying banana. No, chat's not even saying bananas. Just banana. Okay, we're feeding them banana. All right, anyways. Oh my God, what was I saying? Motherfuckers will buy pets in the United States, not understanding how much work it is to take care of that pet. Like, it's unreal, dude. Even something as simple as, like, a dog. They'll buy a puppy and not realize, like, hey, you have to, like, train this thing, take it out all the time, watch it, make sure it gets exercise. It's, like, a smaller step of, like, raising a kid, bro. Obviously, a human's gonna be harder, but, like, I honestly think raising a dog is probably a pretty good training exercise for, like, keeping something alive. Like, it's not easy to... That's why so many dogs are misbehaved, too. They don't socialize them right. They don't get enough exercise. They'll buy a fucking... what's, like, the smartest dog? My God, it's a sheep-herding dog. It's a sheep-herding dog. It's so cute. Why am I blanking on the name? It's, like, one of my favorite animals. I would love to own one, but I couldn't exercise it enough. Not a husky. A border collie. Yeah, motherfuckers will buy border collies because they think they're cute, and then they keep them in an apartment 6 stories up in the city. And it doesn't exercise, and then it fucking misbehaves, and they wonder why. I'm like, yo, that dog's meant to be nonstop mentally and physically engaged. Those animals are bred to be, like, on the go and ready all the time. And you're using it as, like, a show dog. Like, that times 10 now with an ape, I would assume. Like, I'm guessing an ape's probably pretty active.
The sourcing is brutal. Babies here are taken by either killing the mother and or breaking up and scaring away the troop. But it's messy because long-tailed macaques aren't just pet market animals. Globally, they're actually a major biomedical commodity. Between 2008 and 2019, an estimated 450,000 were traded internationally, mostly exported out of Southeast Asia to labs in the US, Europe, and China. I think it's kind of a justifiable evil. But it means that there is a legitimate market for it.
Oh, to, like, test medicines on them and shit?
Jatinegara, though, is mainly domestic pet trade. And it keeps going through this legal omission. Indonesia protects species listed under its 2018 regulation. And that regulation does not include long-tailed macaques. They're not considered protected and an endangered species. The IUCN, though, did move them to endangered in 2022. But the IUCN is not law here. It's kind of like a warning light. And the regulation just has not been updated yet. So shutting down these markets is hard, unless authorities can prove specific permits or quota
Or
violations.
just smoking cigarettes in its face.
Or obvious cruelty just exists. And I find this a little bit strange, because a little bit further north in the south of Thailand, there is a monkey trade that's getting a ton of international pressure.
The brand Shako is accused of using monkey labor to pick the coconuts.
And that is getting cracked down on hard. And after checking it out, I find it a little bit more justifiable.
What's more justifiable? The fact that it's getting cracked down on, or the monkey usage to pick coconuts is less immoral?
These monkey schools in southern Thailand, in Surat Thani, run on a straight-up curriculum.
Do you think monkeys are sentient? I think all animals are conscious, but not in the same sense that we are. There's levels to it. Like, a chicken is not as conscious as a pig. A pig is not as conscious as an ape. An ape isn't as conscious as a human. Why? I mean, it's the levels of brain structure and perception that they have. Like, bugs are obviously not as sentient as humans are. But I mean, they're still conscious because they have experience. Like, consciousness is divided into a multitude of things. It's like, you know, memory, the capability to recall information, the ability to communicate, express emotions, and feel emotions, which many animals, basically all animals, are able to do. Feel pain, and, like, a few other things like reason, you know, like humans can reason, or I guess complex understanding of things like dolphins, elephants, whales, where they can mourn. There's like a million categories that determine how sentient something is. Like, yeah, crows and ravens, somebody said in chat, very smart animals. I believe a crow, I don't know which one's smarter, a crow or a raven, but I think one of them has the intelligence of like a 6-year-old, which is like crazy. Border collies are like the intelligence of like 4-year-olds. And it's also divided into a few other things as well. Most people perceive cats as smarter than dogs, but cats are more individual creatures that are more critical thinkers, but less socially aware, right? They have different skills in different areas. You perceive cats as smarter because they're kind of like solo creatures that are capable of, you know, doing things on their own. But dogs, on the other hand, are very good at social understanding and emotional understanding and things that cats can't do.
Oh, hello, Swadika.
Wait, this is like the classes. Oh, so they have 5 classes on how to teach a monkey how to pick a coconut.
5 classes, 10 days each.
They have to fucking be able to determine the difference between a ripe and an unripe coconut and then tie a knot. I can't even do that.
Apparently is all they need.
Oh, hello, Swadika.
At least in the school. From there, they go into this kind of like apprenticeship program of training on actual coconut groves.
We have a good 30, 40 monkeys behind us at this Thai monkey training school. That's where a lot of these kind of like monkeys end up. They're actual working creatures. And here in Thailand, they still have, as you can see, ridiculously tall coconut plantations. They haven't all been swapped out for the sort of
You really think it's cheaper to train a monkey to do it than get like a machine to be able to do it?
dwarf coconut trees you see elsewhere. So monkeys like this, they're
Honestly, maybe. Because the shape of the coconut, if all coconut trees were 25 feet tall and had an angle leaning 20 degrees, you could get a machine to adapt to that. But since they all grow differently and ripen at different times, probably is easier to get a monkey to be able to do it. How would a machine even do that efficiently? That's what I'm saying. Like, certain machines are only able to do certain farming efficiently, right? That's why, like, human farmers still, like, pick blueberries. But, like, you could have a machine do corn and, like, you could, like, you know, flood a bog or whatever it's called for cranberries and shit. Like, there's different methods of farming.
an essential tool in the south of Thailand or in Surat Thani. We're going to see exactly how they're trained up and how they turn into coconut harvesting machines.
He has been doing this since he was 15 years old.
Wow, that's crazy, huh?
ตอนนี้57แล้ว
He's 57 now. Can you
57?
tell? He looks so young.
How many monkeys do you think you've trained?
น่าจะเกือบหลักพันนะ
He think about 1,000 of monkeys.
1,000 monkeys.
Yeah, about 1,000
Wow,
of
that's
monkeys
crazy.
already.
Okay, so the monkey school setup is kind of, I mean, I don't know what you'd imagine because you don't know what a monkey school looks like, right? But essentially, a bunch of coconut trees.
Do you think he's training them and then deciding which ones are picking up faster and then having those ones breed to efficiently make a smarter monkey population?
Makes sense. These tires are attached to the bottom of them.
Like he's selectively choosing which ones do better.
Each monkey gets one tire, one coconut tree. That's their hangout, their base, and they're
Oh, they get like a home?
periodically brought into the sort of the class section, the curriculum section of the school. And I've got to admit, that's kind of crazy.
Like, I don't know if I think this is fucked up or not. Like, I've never even heard of this. They get their own home and they have to pick coconuts.
Crazy to me that you can train a monkey in 50 days to do this so
I'm kind of on the fence. That's what I'm saying. I feel like I need to know more.
flawlessly. And trust me, these things will blow your mind. The level of mastery, the smarts of these monkeys are fascinating. Here it goes.
So the first step is to learn spinning the
Spinning.
coconut. Spin. They will do this for 10 days. Another interesting thing is like
He'll just spin a coconut in front of their face for 10 fucking days until they pick up on that shit. Oh my God. Dude, that monkey's got to be so confused for the first 3 days. Just fucking watching this guy spin a coconut right at his forehead.
They cannot focus for.
No, they have. Yeah, dude, they have low attention spans because they're babies. They need to. Yeah, they need to be able to understand how to detach the coconut from the tree.
A long period of time, right? So he said like only 2 to 5 minutes or less than that.
Oh, they only do this for 5 minutes? Oh, because he's doing this for 10 days, but they only do it in 5-minute intervals, and then he lets him go back and goes and grabs the other one.
That's all.
So it's like these short
It's like Super Monkey Ball.
periods of training.
Because they cannot focus, they don't want to be trained that long. Yeah, the well-behaved after training, he will sell like 15,000 baht.
15,000 baht for one
15,000
monkey.
baht for one monkey.
All right, guys.
What do you mean he's selling the monkeys to like different like farms?
Second step is now learning to hang on the tree.
The monkeys learn to use 3 limbs to twist while anchoring with the 4th. Then it's just a matter of elevation. Day by day, the coconuts get higher and higher.
That was super quick and super impressive. He jumped right up there, nailed the 2 down. Boom.
I mean, this is impressive to watch.
Let's move on to class number 3.
Selection. The monkeys learn to select just the coconuts that contain water, typically by their color.
He's like ready to roll this one.
Business time.
Oh my God, guys, this guy is like clipping along. That's 2 coconuts down, 3 coconuts down. He is absolutely crushing this. 4 coconuts.
Nah, he's not supposed to spin those ones.
5. Last one.
Class 4 is safety. These monkeys actually learn to untie knots and tangles because at 50 feet up, no
Whoa.
human can climb up to save them.
Whoa.
Wow.
To untie knots and tangles because at 50 feet up, no
Whoa.
human can climb up to save them.
Whoa.
And he knew which part of the loop to climb through to untangle himself. Dude, I feel like humans would struggle with that. Like, I would not know which one to climb through.
Whoa. That was crazy. I've never been so impressed. That was absolutely crazy. 3 different types of tangle that are common, 3 different types of knots.
He's gonna untie that?
Essentially just, you know, standard.
Oh, you're fucking kidding me. You're fucking kidding me. He's gonna untie that. Dude, that is like when your charger cord gets like fucking wrapped around somehow in like 10, or like you're trying to untangle earbuds.
Types of knot, essentially
Like
just,
corded earbuds. He's gonna fucking get through that.
you know, standard. It's
No
looped through itself. He's
way.
gonna loosen it up with his teeth and then climb right through. One that's just doubled over, he just undoes the entire thing with his hands. Whew. Whoa. All right, this guy's not a fan of me, but I am a fan of him. That was
Oh, does he want to attack him?
insanely impressive. All right, guys, we're loading up these monkeys. Very much vehicle trained. You see them hanging onto the side of all kinds of crazy contraptions driving around these areas. So it's time to go harvest some real coconuts.
Class 5. Time to get real. Let's move from the classroom to the
Oh, see, they do get treats and shit. I don't know. Like, it's hard to gauge their happiness. It doesn't seem like they're being mistreated right now. They're just on a leash so they don't run away. But it's like, if they're being rewarded, they seem fine. I know, but it's also like, well, if you took them off the leash, would they run away? And then you could say that's fucked up, right? That they have them. But you could say the same thing about a lot of dogs as well that don't like follow their owners.
coconut grove.
What else would they be doing? In the jungle, probably doing the same shit for themselves. I mean, now they just have food provided for them, maybe better medical care. Because, like, if they get injured, they'll probably be like, go to a vet.
All right, guys, we're on our way to the monkey.
They live better than in nature. I think that depends on where they're selling them to. I think that's something that needs to be said because this is a training facility. I don't know if they're training them and then in-house using them. If they sell them off to a farmer that's now using them in like hurting them,
Monkey farm is kind of crazy.
that would be animal abuse.
Dogs coming along. 3 monkeys. They look pretty old, pretty well trained. These are obviously some veterans in the coconut trade. And yeah, I know. Just
Yeah, because like you would, the argument for it being fucked up is like, oh, because it's a monkey. But for like a border collie, it wouldn't. But border collies are also bred animals from, like, they didn't exist without humans.
kind of wild just watching them hold on. I guess it makes sense. But let's see how it goes down. Dog seems amped up as well. They're taken out to
I mean, getting the dog some exercise, but he can't just get, but he can't hitch a ride. we're making him run the whole fucking way.
Seems amped up as well.
Does he want to run the whole way through? There's a little space in there. I mean, you can sit in there.
They're taken out to actual coconut fields and they're worked in a 3-monkey rotation. They're not ready yet for the full-blown day's work of a working monkey, but they're getting...
Oh, see, I don't think they should be working like 8-hour shifts. I feel like they should work like an hour, and then they get to do whatever the fuck they want.
real experience in an actual field.
Yeah, I don't know if they should work an 8-hour. Like if you're making the monkey work a 9 to 5, I think that's probably animal abuse. I think that's crazy.
All right, guys, enough of
Compensation for that? Yeah, they need a 401k and benefits.
the school, enough of the practice. Bowie, it is time for some actual harvesting, huh?
The 3 apprentices perform surprisingly well. They need constant coaxing,
That's a lot of fucking coconuts, man.
and their attention holds for just 1 or 2 trees before it drifts and they just can't be trained anymore. So that's why they're worked in rotation.
Oh my God, this is a huge tree.
At times, though, they're even working in parallel. Just
That's
2
like a 50-foot fucking tree.
monkeys up there in the trees, one working each tree, harvesting together.
Alright guys, it's crazy how tall this tree is. Like there's no way you'd be climbing up there. I mean, maybe you could if you had a death wish, but this monkey is making kind of short work of it. We are kind of having to call to him every now and then.
We work 9 to 5s though. Yeah, you also get benefits from your employer, and you're a human living in a society that like understands the idea of a 9 to 5.
It is crazy how high these things
You're choosing that.
are.
Like society chose that.
But he's on his like maybe 4th or 5th coconut right now. And yeah. Oh,
Yeah, the big issue is the monkey's not choosing to do it.
here it goes.
That's where it's like, that's where people are going to argue whether or not this is abuse. Outside of that, it's like, it doesn't really seem like they're being mistreated.
Flying everywhere, these coconuts. I gotta admit, you gotta keep an eye on it. It is a little bit dangerous. He's just calling out to it. It's being a little bit choosy, a little bit picky, hunting around, finding the right coconut, and then just boom, spinning him around. They come down in short order. They fly everywhere. Again, gotta keep an eye on it. Just crazy though, how high this tree is. And I've got to admit how effective this has been so far. 1 tree, maybe 6 or 7 coconuts. Yeah, maybe I should keep an eye on this.
And it's really hard to not be impressed by what these guys can do.
It's 2026. It's 2026, chat. Jesus Christ. Give it a rest. Give it a rest. Give it a rest, bro. Come on, man. It's not funny anymore. It's not.
I don't know why. I was expecting the monkey to like come down and then go up another tree. Nah, it's a monkey. Just jumps tree to tree, of course. Another part of it that just kind of simplifies the process. Good luck doing that if you're a human. That was monkey number 2. He made absolutely short work of that. That was mind-blowing. Huge tree. Took down, I don't know, 15, 20 coconuts in absolutely no time.
But like, how much are they selling? I know they're turning the coconuts into coconut water and then packaging, selling that. But like, how much do you think they're making off 1 coconut? Like, when the monkey rips a coconut off, falls to the ground, is that like 20 cents? Like, how much is that worth? Bro, the only other thing I worry about is like that motherfucker falling from the tree and dying. Like, obviously it's a smart ape. Like, it's probably not, but...
Pretty impressive how selective these monkeys are and how much you kind of trust them. Like, he'll call out to them, sort of push them to take the coconuts, but as soon as it seems like the monkey is done, like he's saying, no, this tree has only got unripe coconuts left, he's just going to trust the monkey and not really push the issue. Huh.
Later that day, we run into real working monkeys. They arrive just right.
Wait, those were apprentices. So this one's like seasoned veteran, been working the biz for 10 years. He's got a pension built up.
Riding on motorbikes, pulling up to a roadside pit stop. One of them's on the side of a trike, the other's just hanging onto the back of a motorbike like a school kid in Vietnam, catching a ride home.
Wow, and they just hang out with humans. Do you think they perceive the humans as different from themselves? I always wonder that about, like, apes. Like, if you lived with a bunch of gorillas, would they be like, this guy's weird? Or would they see you as one of them? Like, obviously, like, a cat would see you as different. But, like, if you're, like, a lot of apes are very similar to humans. Would they just be like, that's a big human? And he's kind of pale.
Up there is a monkey gathering coconuts. It's been going on for more than 400 years. God,
They've been doing this shit since the 1600s. Who was the first motherfucker to try and teach a monkey to grab a coconut? Wow.
it's just shredding through that tree in absolute seconds.
You see, he's
I will say this is the most impressive thing that I've seen in 2026.
very gentle while he's doing that. He's just like moving his hands like that. Not even
We are only 9 days in.
shouting or anything.
Right, the monkey just doing what it does.
Yeah, he said like the monkeys already know what to do, but he also like help to guide a little bit too. So
Like this seems to be far more working monkeys than the ones that we saw getting trained up. They don't have to sort of yell at them that much. They
Andrew
just,
Fraser gets knocked out by falling coconut. Wow, these monkeys really are very fascinating. Oh! Just fucking one bonks him right on the head. Unripe too. Just a hard green coconut. It's gotta be, in the 400 years of them doing this, there has to be a colorblind monkey that really sucks at this and just fails out of the coconut school.
And these two are big adult males. They make the apprentice monkeys look like they're on training wheels. They're huge, strong, and they just blitz through trees.
Oh, these are like they're not even adults. These are like teenage monkeys.
Strong, and they just blitz through trees.
can you ask him if he's ever been hit by a coconut?
yeah, sometimes. Oh, just sometimes when they hit the tree and then like just hit him too. Sometimes. But that is it. Like you have to be very cautious. You have to focus.
Would that shit kill you? I know people die from falling coconuts every year, but like if that monkey threw the coconut and it like hit you in the head, would you just die on the spot? I feel like you wouldn't die. Even if it's like 50 feet. I mean, how heavy is the coconut?
We're told pretty bluntly that the meaner the monkey, the better they are for harvesting. And honestly,
What?
I can see why. These guys move at an absurd pace. You're filming below, and it's just non-stop thud of coconuts hitting around you.
Like his monkey
I don't know. I wonder, like, do you think they find it fun?
they are very well trained, right? So one monkey can harvest about 1,000 coconuts a day.
1,000 a day? Nah, they're making this motherfucker work a 9 to 5. 1,000 a day. I mean, a tree probably has like 30 or like at least 10. So they're doing like 100 trees. That probably doesn't take them 8 hours if they're quick.
It is wild. They don't even really seem to come down. They just jump from tree to tree. They do kind of just take breaks up there every now and then, think about which one they want to knock down. But
Yeah, they just start jerking off. Just a quick smoke break up at the top. Bro, they do that. Have you ever seen the videos? Bro, no, monkeys do that shit. I swear to God. Dude, okay, don't look it up. But you know he's up there, bro. Guy's like, come on, man. You haven't fucking it. Oh, why is it raining?
And as we drive around the area, we run into harvester after harvester. These little Honda bikes with a sidecar for coconuts. And you pull up and you see the monkeys just hanging out in the trees and collecting the coconuts.
so again, guys, similar kind of setup. A couple of these trikes. Big boy monkeys, males. Mainly, apparently females and males can do this job, but the males seem to be the choice selection. They're rocking.
Holy fuck. That one of them grabbed that many in that amount of time? Dude, that's like 100.
Until midday. It is getting hot right now, so I bet they're about to take a break and just look at all those coconuts. Like that is thousands of coconuts these guys have cleared out.
All right, I don't know about thousands, Andrew. I think we might need to take a class on counting. I'd go maybe 120.
There's monkeys working all around this area, and it does seem to be a pretty much thriving community of them.
Oh la la.
Every time it's a big adult male.
Yo, that one does look bulky as fuck, you know what I mean? He's kind of like that hippo from Madagascar.
Oh, he's a big one, huh?
I feel like he'd walk out some hardcore. Oh, God, their buttholes are always just out, bro. Damn. Why are you staring? I don't know. It's the entire backside of the monkey, bro. Now you're making me rewind to go look at its butthole, dude. What the fuck? Yo, like that shit. Stop. I'm moving forward.
These coconut trees is like about 100 years old plus.
Wow.
Because
They're
this
that old?
area is like, it's not modern farming. So you can see that it's not like in the same line, just like other provinces that we drove past, right? So you can see like, this is not very well organized because it's like nature.
Right.
In the West, we have a long tradition of working animals. Herding dogs, cattle dogs, horses pulling loads and racing, falcons used for hunting. And we don't see those really as shocking. We see it as kind of normal, charming even, as tradition.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it really is like the same. It is the same thing.
And we don't see those really as shocking. We see it as kind of normal, charming even, as tradition. And the difference seems pretty simple. Dogs are working animals to us. Monkeys in our minds are supposed to be wild, supposed to belong in the jungle. But here in
Yeah, because we've never lived around them. But if you're around them all the time, you'd be like, oh, that's normal.
southern Thailand, that distinction doesn't really exist. For generations, people have raised monkeys to work alongside them. This practice goes back well over 100 years, and today, by law,
Holy fuck! Talk about a Fast and Furious jump. I mean, he was confident in that.
this
Wow!
practice goes back well over 100
I would not have done that.
years.
Holy shit, dude! That was like a. What if that shit snapped?
And today, by law, the monkeys are bred in captivity. They're raised from young, treated like family. One handler told me his monkey sleeps in his house with him. They don't describe this as labor, but as skill, something to be respected, to take pride in. They even compete to see whose monkey is the best.
How long has he done?
No fucking way. They have dude. This is just like a dog competition, like where you have dogs just like see how far they can jump into a pool, or like they go through those obstacle courses.
Guys, I've got to admit, I sort of came here thinking that I would come away with a very, very negative perception of this, and hasn't been the case at all. Like, when you talk to these guys, they insist that they treat these things like they're their babies. They sleep with them, they're not kept in cages, they're out there in the coconuts, and
I don't know, man. It really ruined the dynamic if I walked into my monkey jerking off. I think that would be an immediate vibe killer. It's like when your dog humps you. It's just like, ugh, no. Dude, that's a top 5. That's got to be like a top 5, top 3 most awkward thing everybody experiences is going over one of your friend's house and they have a male dog that just starts fucking humping your leg, dude. That shit, and you're like trying to walk away and it just fucking grabs onto you, dude. It's like a wrestler just fucking hunkering down on your leg, man. It sucks. And you're just sitting there like, ugh, no. I ain't doing that shit, bro. I'm gonna scream at that dog. If a dog starts humping me, I'm going, no!
seems like a pretty symbiotic relationship between the handlers, the monkeys. It's been a tradition
Joe's dealt with a hard banana. Yeah, then they get a red rocket. Oh, God, dude, that shit's fucking disgusting.
here for up to 400 years. It provides livelihoods for the locals. I think there's something kind of compelling about it. And when you read online, you hear the negative sides of these stories. You're told that these monkeys are ripped away from their mothers as babies so that they're easier to train. People are uncomfortable with a wild animal being used for sort of labor. And I can't verify, a lot of the monkeys here supposedly are now bred in captivity.
I think that's the distinguishing factor, is if this has been like, if they're taking them from the wild and training them, that's different than if they've been bred for 300-400 years to be monkeys that work like and live side by side with humans, you know, because then they're starting to like distinguish themselves from wild apes.
But at the very least, I think it's more ambiguous than it is being portrayed as by some of the people out there on the internet.
There is also a practical reality as well. These coconut groves are ancient. Some of these trees are several hundred years old and they stretch as far as you can see. There are hundreds of
Oh, wow, this doesn't even look real.
thousands of
These are all coconut trees?
acres of ancient coconut grove in Surat Thani. It is the entire ecosystem.
Is it still common for people to use these monkeys to harvest the coconuts, or is it something that's kind of dying out?
คือลิงนี่ต้าจะมีสวนมะพร้าว
Yeah, he said
At
it's
some point, there's going to be a machine that'll do it.
still pretty common around here.
And without trained monkeys, well, the alternative would be to cut them down. Replace these ecosystems with the tiny micro trees that are springing
Oh, see, that's what I've seen. I've never actually been, like, I've never been to Asia, but I've been to, like, the Caribbean where there's coconut trees, and they're always, like, what, like 15, 20 feet? Like, I've never seen a coconut tree this high.
Replace these ecosystems with the tiny micro trees that are springing up everywhere else. And I think that's where things get kind of complicated.
They only can use the monkey in this area, cannot go other area. They'll get arrested by the police.
Really?
Yeah, because because of the, 2 or 3 years ago of the news, like the trading between Thai and the US, I think. Yeah, they're strictly forcing the laws.
Crazy, huh? So they're really cracking down on this way of life.
Yes, and it's like just not.
The monkeys get arrested or the people? Sewer water, take a guess. Take a guess. Sewer water, gun to your head. Do you think the human's gonna get arrested for leaving the area and harvesting coconuts, or the monkey?
Look, I get it. Monkeys are incredibly intelligent animals. It can suck to see them on a leash. Watching them work, it can make us feel uncomfortable. But is this really so different from dogs and horses and falconry? Or is it just something that's not that familiar to us? It starts to feel like this double standard, like animal labor is acceptable when it fits our Western traditions, but when it doesn't, then it's abuse.
These babies should.
Well, the weirdest thing about horse races is they're really fucking... Horses are, like, driven to the fucking brink, bro. And they're young. Like, when you see those horse racers... The only thing is, like, they have to work that hard for the first 2 years of their life. And to my knowledge, I don't even think the owners of those horses make that much money from the racing itself. Obviously, they're betting. But the money maker is when that horse is done, they just sell that horse to fuck for, like, 10 years.
Be cradled by their mothers, but they're prisoners.
The statement is by PETA, and normally I don't go with stuff that PETA says.
And in the end, this debate, I don't think it's going to matter for that much longer anyway. The new laws are already being put in place. It feels like Thailand.
Dude, that's the problem with PETA, too, is, like, they'll have things that aren't crazy, but, like, PETA gets clowned on so hard because they take offense to everything. Somebody said I missed the old PETA. That's what I'm saying. It's like, what they stand for isn't bad, but it's like, PETA will be commenting about shit that's, like, not bad a lot of the time. And so then people just clown on them.
And is ready to move on. And the old groves, they're beginning to disappear also. Bit by bit, they're getting replaced with those short, stumpy trees. Something that can be easily harvested by a machine, benefiting from the new economics.
You see these short-ass coconut trees? These are the sort of modern plantations. They don't grow high at all, and you can just pick them right away.
Yeah, humans just pick them.
And so if you feel uncomfortable...
I will say, I didn't know this existed where they could just have micro trees. I feel like they should just do this, but I do understand there's literally like thousands of acres of land of these tall ass trees.
About this at all. Let me just reassure you that I think this is a tradition and a practice that is going to just naturally die out. Anyway, fortunately...
It's going to naturally die out because it is just less efficient. Like, it makes more sense long-term to just have fields of smaller trees that you could just have a human pick them or a machine even come by.
Or unfortunately, depending upon the way you look at it, this is the future. It's just so much easier. So I guess I'm just happy I get to document this whilst it still hangs around.
Wow. What a fun fucking video to watch. Fucked up in the beginning, too. More questionable near the end, but what seems to be a reliable and good way to harvest will be replaced by diesel burning machines. Makes sense to this day and age. While the monkeys untying the knots this day is really insane. No, that was the craziest part. Like, that was the most impressive thing, was its capability to untie and crawl through knots to be able to, like, untangle itself. Next video chat, lock in.